It is time to talk about weather here now, and finally we have a little bit of relief in the forecast coming our way. But first we got to get through some really hot days, and with that said, you know, just driving around here lately, middle of the day even, or late in the day, we're seeing it again. We've talked about this before. People out walking the dogs when the temperature is still well above 100 degrees. Please don't do that to them.
Yeah, be very, 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 very,
very cruel.
My rule of thumb is, you know, if you put your hand on the concrete or asphalt or whatever it is that you're going to be walking the dog on, and you can't hold it there for 2-3 seconds, then it's not good for your dog's paws either. So I always go out and my back driveway, and if I think it might be a little questionable, I'll put my paw, and it might be a little warm, but I can hold my hand there, and I'm like, okay, we're good. You know? So it's just.
But if it scorches you right away, I mean, you know, just imagine walking, you know, on the pavement barefoot and then put a coat on while you're at it. So just please.
Well, and also different hard surfaces, you know, sometimes if you're out at the pool sometimes and you go get up from your chair to walk, you know, to the bathroom or whatever, you're like, it's a light colored surface. You're like, oh, it's probably not too hot. And then you start walking and you're like, oh, this is horrible. So, you know, even sometimes you may think it's not too hot, but, you know, always test it.
Put your hand down there.
Yeah. So today, another triple digit day. Looks like the high, at least so far today, was 103, which is better than, you know, the 106, 108, 109, where we've been the last, you know, 3 or 4 days, actually, going back to last Thursday. Yesterday was a high of 106, then it was 108, 109 this weekend, and it was 109 last week. So it's, the coolest day we've seen in a little bit. Cool, obviously, in quotation marks, but hey, we'll take it. But it was above 100 degrees, which makes 42 days so far. The most we've ever had was 71. Last summer, we've had 47, so we're rapidly approaching the amount from last summer. And because we've had 42 days, now we're 10th most on record. In order to get into the top 5, we have to have 49 triple-digit days. So that's 7 more. And I actually have that many. At least that many on the 10 days. So I'll show you that here coming up in a little bit. Heat advisory tomorrow, because kind of like today, the heat shouldn't be the worst ever. It'll just kind of be summertime heat for us, but still enough to warrant the heat advisory. I do think that excessive heat warning, which is, remember, a step above the heat advisory, will be back later this week and into the weekend as those temperatures climb. Also, that red flag warning continues as well. Remember, that just means high fire danger. That's not going away anytime soon. Tonight, it'll be down in a mixture of the 70s and 80s as you start your Wednesday. And then tomorrow afternoon, here are those highs, 102 to 105 across the area, which is why that heat advisory is in place, and it's not, you know, 105 to 110 like we've seen the last several days. Let's talk about Harold real fast. Made landfall down in South Texas earlier this morning, about 10 a.m., kind of along Padre Island. There is a tropical storm. Wind speeds of 50 miles an hour. Now it's a tropical depression with wind speeds of 35 miles an hour. The center of the storm over Laredo, but a good amount of rain falling west of San Antonio, west of Laredo, along the Rio Grande there and along the Texas-Mexico border. It's going to move off to the northwest over the next 24 hours or so, kind of fizzle out as it gets torn up in the upper elevations of portions of Mexico there, but it'll still bring some decent rain to the Texas-Mexico border, even out to the Big Bend area and areas that desperately need it. I mean, drought situation still ongoing in those locations as well, so good for them to see some rain, but we won't see anything from that, obviously. Dry, warm, and muggy tonight, 82 for your low, and then tomorrow, hot, humid, and breezy. It's also an air quality alert day with a high of 104. And then we have record heat. Thursday, Friday, Saturday could all be records, and you can see how those highs climb back up into that 107 to 108 degree range. But there's your cool down. 100 Monday, upper 90s Tuesday and Wednesday, and there may even be a few pop-up showers and storms around Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't see anything widespread or soaking, but it does look like there might actually be some rain back on the radar a few of those days there. And then those temps just kind of hover around that 100 degree mark as we end August and head into September. Let's go to break. We'll be back with more after this.